my first real exposure to Assassin's Creed was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. This came way later. I didn't have a good computer to run it, and the only console that I still had was the PS2. But I still had my PSP. Actually, this is not the actual one that I had back then. This is a new one. I still had my old one, but it's kind of meh. It's somewhere in the closet somewhere. But I think because of that, you probably know what I'm talking about. Actually, you probably know what I'm talking about because it's in the title of the video. Maybe if it's there, it's cool. If it's not, it's here. Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. It actually came out at the same time with Assassin's Creed 2. I think it was like a they were a joint launch thing. Is a direct sequel to the first Assassin's Creed. It takes place probably a couple of months after you assassinate Al-Mualim, and the Templars are planning to escape to their island of Cyprus. I believe the two cities that are in the game, I can't remember the names. Let me just Limassol and Kyrenia. I'm bad with history, so my apologies. It's very similar mechanically to the first Assassin's Creed game. It's kind of like you still have the puppeteering, you still have the exact same combat, exact same, maybe a bit different parkour system. It's a bit more clunky, and it depends more on the face buttons because the PSP doesn't have a second analog stick. It only has one, this like little nipple right here. I think the only things that are missing in this version is the eagle vision, the benches that you can use as hiding spots, because this game doesn't have them. Probably the entire assassination system, because all the big baddies of the game are basically boss fights with health bars, which is kind of unfortunate, but at the same time, with the limitations of the system that they're working with, I think it would have been a bit boring and repetitive to do it like that, so they probably decided, hey, we're gonna do boss fights. This game doesn't have the confession rooms either, so those white rooms where your target starts to spill the beans and they tell you what they think and stuff. But you know what I'm talking about, it's this.
You'll pay for this.
Probably one or two scenes where something similar to this happens, but doesn't do it like the first game. Words.
Whatever the Templars have done to you, my lady, they have done you wrong. Forgive me for this.
You still have side activities. There used to be investigations in the first game, but they're basically just side quests that reward you with coins that you can use to upgrade Altair and more damage, more health, more throwing knives, that sort of thing. Because yes, this game actually did it first. This game has upgrades. Actually, not first. It came out with Assassin's Creed 2, so they're probably at the same time. But one thing that this game did do first is Altair. In Assassin's Creed 1 is basically just Desmond with a robe. Canonically speaking, Altair doesn't really look like that. This game actually, like with its low pixelated form, it still shows Altair as more of his own person. He looks different. He has a Arabic accent or whatever, Middle Eastern, I think it's called. I don't know. I think it's Middle Eastern. Yeah, I think I got it right. Let me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. I'm gonna hold this for visual aid again because I like doing that. I like to spin stuff, fidget whenever I'm recording and my mind goes blank. They did the whole journal scenes, and it's really interesting because the game doesn't really go into too much detail about, story-wise at least, about the Apple of Eden and all the artifacts. So to put it into like what we're talking about here, Altair is just he found out about this secret Templar archive, the island of Cyprus. Well, he's worried that they might have more artifacts and more information about where they can find more artifacts. So if the Templars have stuff like the Apple of Eden with them, it's kind of a bad thing for everyone. So the whole game is just this race to find the Templar archive. There's one scene with Altair using the apple to like manipulate the masses. Not manipulate, but they're like tell them the truth and they will believe them because they're misled. Because people are stupid.
There's the traitor!
String him up!
Ah, sounds like public opinion has turned against you, assassin.
Stop. I will not fight you. I am not your enemy. Armand Bouchard is the man responsible for your misery. He hired this man to poison the resistance against itself. Go from this place and rally your men. Cyprus will be yours once again.
It's a really cool scene, not gonna lie. But what I'm talking about is the journal scenes. He's basically contemplating about life, about the apple, where it came from. And why I'm saying that they did it first is they will come back only in Assassin's Creed Revelations. So you probably thought that the scenes are from there originally, but no. This guy did it first. Not even Assassin's Creed 2, which was the mainline game that did it first. Ezio sitting there with his like discs, and he's contemplating life the same way as Altair did. And it's really cool to see this. Like in between memory blocks, you see these cutscenes. I think they're like maybe the last two or something don't have that, except for like the ending.
Who were the ones that came before? What brought them here? What drove them out? What of these artifacts? Messages in a bottle? Tools left behind to aid and guide us? Or do we fight for control over their refuse, giving divine purpose and meaning to little more than discarded toys?
They are really interesting. I would highly advise you go and check out all the scenes. I mean, to be fair, I would assume you haven't played this yet, and I would really recommend you guys play it. It's really cool. It's a bit clunky, since we're talking about clunkiness. The parkour is the same, but maybe it's the engine, it's probably the limitation of the system, but sometimes Altair just doesn't want to do stuff. It could be just my emulator. Honestly, I haven't really played the game on the PSP in a while. I mean, I have it, it's in here, I have the console, but it's easier, and it was way easier to record from the emulator instead of just, you know, pointing a camera at a screen. Because, trust me, getting footage of this thing is a pain in the ass, because I know how to do it. It sucks. The resolution is shit. And, well, it's basically it's native resolution, so it's like, what, 240? I know these, especially the 3000 one has the TV adapter with the component cables. I could put in that line doubler, but I don't have a capture card. Why am I talking about specs right now? We're talking about Assassin's Creed, not the PSPP. I even forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, clunkiness. Like counter kills are a bit weird. You need to kind of like hold the button a bit more. At least that was my experience. Again, it could be the controller, and like it's weird with the emulator. But the counters and all the mechanics are basically the same. Like the tap, timing, attack. I think most of the enemies and most of the bosses can be counter killed. Especially this motherfucker. This is like the end boss. Let's talk about this guy first. It's not about clunkiness, but I'm just pissed off. So I played this game like 3 times in my entire life, and 2 times were just for this video. And even the second run, I couldn't beat him easily. He's just a motherfucker. He feints his attacks, and when you're trying to counter, he's like yeah, and you get hit, and you can't really escape it. The easiest way I found to deal with him is just Dark Souls roll and wait for openings. So basically this game was made so that we can have some sort of completion of the story, because you see how even in Assassin's Creed 2 you see how he's like Altair and Maria are lovers, but you don't really know what the fuck happened, because basically Maria was Robert's decoy, so that's basically your only interaction with her in the game. And then you see in Assassin's Creed 2 that they had a child, so like, what the fuck? Where's the other part? This game gives you the other part. She was a prisoner of yours for like almost the entire game, until she figured out, after trying to escape from you twice and going back to the Templars. The Templars are like, nope, we don't want you back. You're suspicious. And by the way, what you thought we were fighting for? No, we're trying to enslave humanity. And she's like,
no.
Yeah, she realizes that it's dumb, so she ends up kind of leaving the Templars. At the end, they decide to just go in the same direction, so they just stuck around. And probably at that time, they're kind of like, yeah, let's fuck. We'll bang, okay? And the last thing that I want to mention, I want to keep it for like at the end, because it's a bit of a bonus thing. But the cool thing is, as I mentioned in the beginning, you can connect this game to the PS3. If you have a copy of Assassin's Creed 2 on the PS3, depending on how many codex pages you find in the game, It kind of like shares the save file or something, and you get upgrades on this game based on the codex on the other game. You get a lot of health, but you also get the hidden blade like armor thing. You get it as an upgrade, and it allows you to fight with the hidden blade like in Assassin's Creed 2, which is cool because Altair couldn't do that, at least not in Assassin's Creed 1. The entire game is basically the same as AC1, but with that upgrade it lets you fight enemies like in AC2 with a hidden blade. You can like parry with the blade instead of just relying on, you can guard. They just got like that. But the coolest upgrade is you get, I think it's for, I don't know if you need the max number of codex pages, but you can get the hidden knife gun. So the same way you get a hidden gun in Assassin's Creed 2 that shoots knives. I can't really see the point considering the game already has throwing knives. It might be the range, I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it, and if I can get a save file or something online, I'm gonna try to get some footage of it. Actually, forget that. That's the best upgrade ever. It's a really cool thing, and I kind of want to see more of this cross-platform thing. I know it's kind of impossible nowadays. We don't have portable consoles from Sony except for that PlayStation Portal bullshit no one asked for. We didn't ask for that, but no, okay. Xbox doesn't have anything. Only maybe they're if like partnering with like the Steam Deck or something. I don't know. But even then, it's kind of like it's a PC, so they would have to do the sharing with PC. I don't know. It's fucking dumb. But we don't have that kind of stuff nowadays, and that was cool back in the day. We could like combine. I believe on the old Sega Genesis, you could like stack the Sonic and Knuckles games to get Sonic Free and Knuckles, and it has like all the content from both games. This was kind of like that to a certain extent. That was it. This was Assassin's Creed Bloodline. Let me know if you want more Assassin's Creed content. Let me know if you have any other you have any other PSP games that you want to see covered on the channel. What's your favorite game? Leave a comment. Favorite PSP game. Let's just go with that. Leave a comment on what's your favorite PSP, and if you don't have a PSP, get one. It's fun. Fuck off, Windows. But if you don't have a PSP, let me know what's the favorite Assassin's Creed game. Let's go with that. For some people that are gonna watch the video, I probably know already the answer, but And I don't know, expect a video about the story of this. Now that I said it, I probably have to do it. So I have an entire script done that I haven't used, and it goes into detail about the entire game. So if you guys want it, and if I probably want it, because I think even if you don't say it, I'll probably still do it because it's there, so might as well use it. But I expect a video like that soon. I don't know if it's gonna be the next video, but I'm gonna work on it. Hopefully it's gonna be in this century. But anyway, I rambled too much. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Greetings, Osman. Alexander sends his regards and wishes your grandmother a joyous birthday.